Okay, welcome guys. Today we are going to discuss two topics. One is muscle spindle and second is Golgi tendon. Now, let's start with the first one, that is the muscle spindle. Let's understand what is muscle spindle is. In this image, what you can notice is, if I say, let's say here is the bicep muscles, and what you can appreciate here in the bicep muscle of this fellow is there is a continuous stretch that is occurring. So what I can say is there is a continuous stretch on the muscle. So we cannot hold in this position for a very long time because of the continuous stretch. What happens is the length of the muscle is increased. So the protective mechanism will start working, because as the stage is increasing, there is a maximum point where it will reach. Now once it will reach to that point, what is going to happen is there is a protective mechanism in the muscle, and that is called as muscle spindle. This muscle spindle will fire, and once this muscle spindle will fire, it will lead to the contraction of muscle. And once the contraction will occur, now it will come into this position. This is the contraction of bicep. Because of that, you can see the length of the muscle is decreased. So what I want you to understand is that what is muscle spindle is and how it is working is कि जब भी मसल की लेंथ को हम एक लिमिट तक स्ट्रेच करेंगे, उसके बाद में मसल स्पिंडल फायर करेंगे एंड इट विल लीड टू द कॉन्ट्रैक्शन ऑफ द मसल. सो मसल की लेंथ वापस से कम हो जाए, राइट. सो दिस इज कॉल्ड एज स्ट्रेच रिफ्लेक्स. तो जो क्वेश्चन हमें समझ के द क्वेश्चन दैट दे आर गोइंग टू आस्क इज कि स्ट्रेच रिफ्लेक्स में कौन इन्वॉल्व है. स्ट्रेच रिफ्लेक्स इज हु इज इन्वॉल्व इन स्ट्रेच रिफ्लेक्स इज मसल स्पिंडल, right? And what is the response, what is the effect of muscle spindle is going to come, that it will lead to the contraction of the muscle. These are the two things that you need to remember. One, it detects length and it is involved in the stretch reflex, and second is what is the effect, that it will lead to the contraction of the muscle. Now the opposite is the Golgi tendon. Let's understand the Golgi tendon, how the Golgi tendon works. Now again I have made two images here. Let's understand the first one. See what in this image, what you can see is that there is a contraction of the bicep that is already done, right? And there is a heavy weight is there in his hand. Now because there is a continuous contraction, the muscle is already in the contracted stage. Now what you can notice is, see, the muscle is strong compared to the tendon. This is the tendon part of the muscle. Tendon is the part which is joining the muscle with the bone. The structure which is joining the muscle with the bone is the tendon, right? So what you can appreciate here is that the muscle is way much stronger than the tendon. Tendon comparatively weak होता है, इतना stretch वो cannot handle जितना कि muscle handle कर सकता है. तो क्या होगा कि अगर contraction बढ़ता जाएगा then what can happen is कि ये यहाँ से tendon और bone separate हो जाए. So टू प्रिवेंट दिस वी हैव अ प्रोटेक्टिव मैकेनिज्म. तो क्या होता है कि टेंडन के अंदर एक एपरेटस होता है, उसको बोलते हैं गोल्जी टेंडन. गोल्जी टेंडन क्या करता है कि व्हेनेवर देयर इज इंक्रीज इन द कॉन्ट्रैक्शन इन अ सेंस आई कैन से देयर इज इंक्रीज इन द टेंशन, कि जब भी मसल में अगर टेंशन ज़्यादा होगा बिकॉज ऑफ द कंटिन्यूस कॉन्ट्रैक्शन देयर इज इंक्रीज इन द टेंशन और द प्रेशर, उस कंडीशन में गोल्जी टेंडन विल फायर. Golgi tendon will fire, and once they will fire, what is going to happen is that the muscle will relax. So it is opposite of the muscle spindle. Spindle क्या कर रहा था, spindle contraction करा रहा था, right? And that was called as stretch reflex. Golgi tendon क्या करा रहा है, relax करा रहा है. तो इसको बोलते हैं inverse stretch reflex. Inverse means reverse, inverse stretch रिफ्लेक्स. सो जो क्वेश्चन वो पूछते हैं कि इनवर्स स्ट्रेच रिफ्लेक्स में कौन सा ऑर्गन इन्वॉल्व है, इट इज द गोल्जी टेंडन. एंड व्हाट इज द इफेक्ट, इट विल रिलैक्स द मसल. और मसल स्पिंडल क्या कराता है, मसल स्पिंडल मसल स्पिंडल डिटेक्ट करता है लेंथ को, अगर लेंथ बहुत ज़्यादा हो गई है देन इट विल लीड टू द कॉन्ट्रेक्शन. सो द मसल स्पिंडल इज डिटेक्टिंग द लेंथ and it is involved in the stretch reflex, whereas the Golgi tendon, it is detecting the tension and it is involved in the inverse stretch reflex. These are the points to be remembered for these two things. Thank you guys.